Namaste. Welcome to Amritvela Yoga with Baba today. Let's take a moment of silence and bring all our attention to the center of the forehead, the third eye, the eye of wisdom, the eye of intellect, and creating a beautiful space here. Let's gently, very gently, detach ourselves from everything around us. The body, the bodily relations, all the corporeal material stuff around us. Let's completely detach ourselves. From the space of detachment that I, the soul, has created, I begin my journey, the journey of upwards, the journey of ascent. And I slowly shed this corporeal costume, this body, and as I make my way upwards, getting prepared to enter into the realm of subtle world, the subtle region, the region of angelic presence, filled with peace and light. I start to take my angelic glow body, my angelic costume, filled with light, and I, the soul, enter the subtle region. As I enter the subtle region, I see angelic Brahma Baba in his complete angelic form, with his subtle glow body. Brahma Baba receives me with lot of love. Baba gives me a lot of drishti, and taking this loving drishti, I stay here for a moment, being completely captivated by this subtle space filled with a lot of light. Now taking leave from angelic Brahma Baba, I begin to ascend. As I start to ascend upwards, my subtle costume slowly gets shedded, and my original form, the original form of the soul, the point of light, a tiny star, shining bright, I start to enter my home, the land of peace. Here, I start to experience the power of my own original qualities. I enter this golden, bright red light that completely embraces me. Here, I see my Father, my teacher, and my Sadguru, and my beloved, and my friend, my Baba, in the point of light form, shining bright, being completely lost in the unconditional love of my Father. I remain here in the state of bliss. Staying here for a few moments, I open up my heart to have a heart-to-heart conversation with my beloved Father. In my heart, I ask Baba that what my instructions would be for me to imbibe, and with my inculcation I can inspire and share these elevated instructions with my brother and sister souls. Baba, with his loving drishti, tells me, "Sweet child, when you followed the directions of Ravan and defamed the father, Bharat became as worthless as a shell. Now, recognize the Father and remember Him, and you will become wealthy." Baba very gently reminds me of my own past, entering the second half of the cycle, starting from Copper Ages to Iron Age, how I, the soul, have followed Manmat and Parmat, that is, the directions and instructions of Ravan, my own vices, and how, for half the cycle, I have defamed my own father, completely devoid of recognition. And with this, Baba tells me, I have become completely worthless as a shell, and hence made Bharat, the land of angels, at one time completely worthless. And Baba very lovingly gives me the Srimad that I need to recognize the Father and remember the Father, and I, the soul, will become wealthy again, which means Bharat, being worthless, will become worthy and wealthy. Baba also reminds me For half the cycle, I have performed the dance of devotion, and Baba reminds me that it is the time now in his company with Father, also as my teacher, also as my Satguru, to show the path to salvation, that I, the soul, need to perform the dance of knowledge. Baba also tells me that when I, the soul, perform the dance of devotion, that the dance of knowledge does not exist. And vice versa, Baba tells me at this time of ascent, during the dance of knowledge, dance of devotion is not present. Baba also reminds me that Ravan's reward continues for half the cycle, and when we make effort now, the children's reward is experienced for half the cycle in golden and silver ages. Baba shares with me this deep secret that is hidden in the picture of the ladder. Then Baba tells me, make effort and become completely virtuous. No matter what actions you perform them in remembrance of the Father. Baba reminds me, don't perform any sinful actions. Baba reminds me that this old costume, this body, is totally decayed. Therefore, I, the soul, need to remove my attachment from it, make full effort now to make the soul Sato Pradhan. Baba blesses me today to be a true server who makes the doing and speaking the same, and who thereby does service of good quality. Baba tells me today, always pay attention that you first do before you speak of it. Baba reminds me that it is easy to say something, but it is hard work to do it. The fruit of hard work is good, but if you tell others to do something and you yourself do not do it, then Baba reminds me that together with service, disservice is also seen. With this blessing today, Baba is emphasizing the quality of a true server. Baba tells me today, no matter how much service you do, one little mistake will finish that service. So Baba tells me, first of all, pay attention to yourself, and you will then said to be a true server. In conclusion, Baba tells me to bring unity in diversity, to reform anything that is spoiled, is the biggest speciality of all. Becoming so full with this sweet, sweet Shrimat from Baba in this wonderful heart to heart conversation, I stay in this space completely absorbed in the unconditional love of my Father, who also becomes my teacher and my Satguru and paves the path for my salvation. I now take leave from my loving Shiv Baba, my father, and I slowly come down to the subtle world, taking my subtle angelic costume. I get angelic Brahma Baba and slowly shedding my angelic costume, I, the soul, make my way back into this corporeal realm, back into this body. So I, the soul, filled with Srimat from my loving Father, take the instructions and imbibe those instructions and become a true server. So I, the soul, can also inspire my brother and sister souls. I thank Shiv Baba, my loving Father, and my Alokik Father, my loving angelic Brahma Baba, in the form of Bap Dada. I thank both my fathers for constantly being with the soul, showering light and might through their constant companionship and helping me become a true server, so I, the soul, can make the effort to become who I was before, that is, 16 celestial degrees, master of the world. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.